everyone, welcome back to the Girl Has It All channel. It's hard to believe, but we're already on episode 6 of Complicated Stuff. Time really does fly when you're deep diving into fascinating topics like this, right?
It does.
And as always, it's fantastic to have our co-founder Sobia here with us. Her energy is seriously contagious.
Yeah.
And it's a huge motivator for the whole team.
Definitely.
I'm so excited to be joined by Jenna, our resident quantum expert today. We're going to be tackling a concept that's often shrouded in mystery and misconception. Karma.
Oh, yeah. You hit the nail on the head there. It's a word that people throw around all the time, but how often do we really think about what it actually means?
Exactly. It's easy to get caught up in those simplistic interpretations, like, it's cosmic payback or some kind of scorecard for good deeds and bad deeds. But I really do think there's a deeper and more nuanced understanding of karma waiting to be uncovered, something that connects to both metaphysics and even the mind-boggling world of quantum physics.
Absolutely. I think what's fascinating about karma is that it suggests a level of interconnectedness that goes beyond our everyday perception. It's like this invisible web that links our actions and intentions to the outcomes that we experience. Not just on a personal level, but on a cosmic scale.
Okay, so let's start unpacking this idea of interconnectedness a little bit.
Yeah.
What are some of the fundamental principles of karma that point to this deeper level of connection?
Well, the root of the word itself, I think, is quite revealing. Karma comes from the Sanskrit word karma, which simply means action or deed. But it's not just about the outward action, it's about the intention and the energy behind it. Think of it like throwing a pebble into a pond. The pebble is the action, but the ripples that spread out represent the far-reaching consequences, the interconnectedness of that single act.
So it's not just about the immediate visible result of an action. It's about the unseen ripple effects that extend outwards, influencing the web of reality in ways we might not even be aware of.
Exactly. And that's where I think the metaphysical aspect of karma comes in. It suggests that we're not isolated individuals operating in a vacuum. We're part of a larger interconnected system, and our actions, thoughts, and intentions are constantly interacting with and shaping that system.
Yeah, it really makes you pause and consider the weight of your choices, doesn't it? If everything is connected, then even seemingly small actions can have far-reaching consequences.
That's right. It challenges us to become more conscious of the causes we're setting in motion, to consider not just the immediate outcome, but the potential ripple effects on ourselves and the world around us.
And that brings us to the really mind-bending part, the connection between karma and quantum physics. Now, I know you're the expert here, Jenna, so please help us bridge this gap for all of us out there. How can a philosophical concept like karma have anything to do with the subatomic world?
Well, I'm always fascinated by how ancient wisdom and modern science sometimes converge on similar truths, just approaching them from different angles. Quantum physics, in a way, throws a wrench in our classical understanding of cause and effect. It reveals a reality where things are interconnected in ways that defy our everyday logic.
Okay, I'm already intrigued. Can you give us a specific example of this quantum interconnectedness that might relate to karma in some way?
One of the most compelling examples, I think, is quantum entanglement. Imagine two particles linked in such a way that the state of one instantaneously influences the state of the other, no matter how far apart they are.
Wow, that sounds almost like science fiction. But how does that relate to us and our actions here in the real world?
Well, think about it this way. If these tiny particles can be connected across vast distances, influencing each other instantaneously, what does that tell us about the potential for interconnectedness at a larger scale? Our actions, our intentions could be creating similar ripple effects that extend far beyond our immediate perception, influencing the web of reality in ways we might not even grasp.
So it's like our intentions and actions are sending out these karmic ripples that interact with the fabric of reality, just like those entangled particles influencing each other.
Exactly. And this concept of interconnectedness isn't entirely new. Mystics and philosophers have been talking about it for centuries. What's fascinating is that now we're starting to see hints of it in the realm of science as well.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If everything is connected in this subtle quantum way, then the implications for how we live our lives are profound. It challenges us to think about the consequences of our actions, not just on a personal level, but on a cosmic level.
It certainly does. And it brings up a whole new level of responsibility, doesn't it?
It definitely does. But responsibility isn't always about predictable outcomes.
Right.
Life is full of surprises, unexpected twists and turns. How does that factor into the concept of karma? Especially when we start talking about quantum physics and the uncertainties it reveals.
That's a great question. And it leads us to another fascinating concept in quantum physics that has some intriguing parallels with karma. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle basically says that at the subatomic level, you can't know both the position and momentum of a particle with perfect accuracy. The more we try to pin down one, the fuzzier the other one becomes.
Okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around this a little bit. So are you saying that there's a fundamental level of uncertainty built into the very fabric of reality?
Exactly. It challenges that idea that everything is predictable and predetermined. And this principle, I think, has some interesting parallels with how karma unfolds in our lives. We might have the best intentions, we might try to make the right choices, but the outcomes aren't always what we expect. Life throws us curveballs. And sometimes the consequences of our actions play out in unexpected ways.
Oh, that's so true. I think we've all experienced those moments where we thought we were doing the right thing. But the result was completely different from what we anticipated. Or maybe we made a mistake, and instead of facing harsh consequences, we were met with unexpected forgiveness or understanding.
Yeah, it highlights the complexity of life, I think, the interconnectedness of countless factors that influence how things unfold. Karma isn't about some rigid formula of do this, get that. It's more about aligning ourselves with principles of compassion, integrity, and understanding, knowing that we're contributing to a larger web of cause and effect, even if we can't always predict the specific outcomes.
So it's not about trying to micromanage every action to guarantee a specific result. It's more about living with awareness and intention, accepting that uncertainty is an inherent part of the journey.
Exactly. Embracing uncertainty doesn't mean we give up on making ethical choices or striving to create positive change. It simply means we acknowledge the limits of our control and we accept that life unfolds in ways we can't always foresee.
That's such a liberating perspective. It takes the pressure off of trying to perfectly calculate every move and opens us up to the possibility of growth and learning, even amidst unexpected outcomes.
Right. It encourages us to focus on what we can control. Our intentions, our responses to challenges, the way we treat ourselves and others.
It sounds like understanding karma, especially in light of these quantum principles, requires a certain level of trust in the process, trust in the interconnectedness of things, and trust in our own capacity to learn and grow even amidst uncertainty.
I love that word, trust. I think that's at the heart of it all. Trusting that even when we can't see the whole picture, even when things don't go according to plan, there's a deeper intelligence at work, guiding us towards growth and evolution.
And it's not about being passive, right? It's about being active participants in this dance of life, making choices that align with our values and responding to challenges with grace and resilience.
Beautifully said. It's about recognizing that we have the power to shape our reality, not through some kind of forceful control, but through conscious intention, mindful action, and a willingness to embrace the uncertainties of life as opportunities for growth and transformation.
And speaking of shaping our reality, I think it's a perfect time to bring the conversation back to Girl Has It All a little bit, and how this understanding of karma aligns with our mission of empowering individuals to live their best lives.
Absolutely. At Girl Has It All, we're all about supporting individuals on their unique journeys of self-discovery and growth. And whether it's through metaphysics, life coaching, professional anxiety management, or even English language coaching, the thread that runs through all our offerings is this belief in the power of personal transformation.
And I think this exploration of karma adds a whole new dimension to that, doesn't it? It shows us that transformation isn't just about changing ourselves. It's about understanding our interconnectedness with the world and recognizing the ripple effects of our choices and intentions.
It really does. And it empowers us to approach life with greater awareness, compassion, and intention, knowing that we're not just shaping our individual destinies, but contributing to the evolution of consciousness as a whole.
This has been such an insightful conversation, Jenna. I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of this fascinating topic.
Oh, there's always more to explore. And I think in the next part of our deep dive, we can delve into some practical ways to integrate this understanding of karma into our daily lives.
Oh, I'm already excited for that. So for all of you tuning in, stay with us as we continue our deep dive into karma and explore how these ancient principles intertwined with the mind-boggling world of quantum physics can empower us to live more meaningful and fulfilling lives. Welcome back, everyone. We've been having such an incredible conversation about karma, exploring its origins and how it connects to both metaphysics and the mind-blowing world of quantum physics.
Yeah, it really highlights how ancient wisdom and modern science can offer such complementary perspectives on the mysteries of the universe.
I totally agree. And now I'm really curious to explore how we can actually apply this understanding of karma to our daily lives. How can we take these profound concepts and turn them into practical tools for living more meaningful and fulfilling lives?
That's a fantastic question, and I think one of the most powerful ways to integrate karma into our lives is through the practice of mindfulness.
Mindfulness. That's something we hear a lot these days, but how does it relate specifically to karma?
Well, mindfulness is all about cultivating awareness of our present moment experiences, our thoughts, our feelings, our sensations, and even our intentions.
So it's about tuning into those karmic seeds we're planting with every thought, word, and action.
Exactly. As we become more mindful, we start to notice how our internal state, our thoughts and emotions influence our actions, and how those actions create ripples that extend outward, impacting ourselves and the world around us.
It's like becoming a conscious gardener of our own lives, right? We start to pay attention to the quality of the seeds we're planting and the kind of garden we're creating through our choices.
I love that analogy. It's so fitting because just like a garden, our lives require constant tending. Weeding out negative patterns, cultivating positive qualities, and nurturing those seeds of intention that align with our values and aspirations.
So mindfulness becomes a tool for not just reacting to life as it happens, but for proactively shaping the reality we experience through our thoughts and actions.
Exactly. And it's not about striving for some kind of unrealistic perfection. We're all human. We make mistakes. We have moments of weakness. But the key is to approach those moments with self-compassion, to learn from them, and to keep moving forward with the intention to grow and evolve.
So it's a continuous process of self-reflection, noticing the impact of our choices and making adjustments along the way, guided by those karmic principles of awareness, intention, and responsibility.
Precisely. And as we cultivate greater mindfulness, we naturally start to embody those virtues that are so central to the concept of karma: compassion, kindness, empathy, integrity.
Because we start to see how those qualities create positive ripples that benefit not only ourselves, but everyone around us. It's like we're contributing to a more harmonious and interconnected world simply by being more mindful of our thoughts and actions.
Absolutely. And that sense of interconnectedness is key. It reminds us that we're not isolated individuals struggling alone. We're part of a vast web of life, and our actions, however small, have the power to create positive change.
Yeah. It's empowering to think that even seemingly insignificant acts of kindness or generosity can have a ripple effect that extends far beyond what we can see.
It's true. And it's not just about grand gestures or heroic acts. It's about those everyday moments, those small choices we make in our interactions with others, where we can choose to respond with kindness instead of anger, with patience instead of frustration, with understanding instead of judgment.
It's about bringing that awareness of karma into those seemingly mundane moments, recognizing that even the smallest choices can shift the trajectory of our lives and the lives of those around us.
Beautifully said. And as we integrate this understanding into our daily lives, we begin to experience a profound shift. We feel more connected to ourselves, to others, to the world around us. We find greater meaning and purpose in our actions, and we start to see the interconnectedness of all things in a whole new light.
This has been such an incredible deep dive, Jenna. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and insights with us today. I feel like I have a whole new perspective on karma and how it can empower us to live more meaningful and fulfilling lives.
It's been my pleasure, and I hope our listeners feel inspired to explore these concepts further, to embrace the power of mindfulness, and to make choices that align with their values and aspirations.
And remember, everyone, karma isn't about punishment or reward. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of all things and recognizing that our actions, driven by our intentions, create ripples that extend far beyond our immediate perception. So live consciously, make choices that align with your heart, and trust that even amidst the uncertainties of life, you have the capacity to create a more beautiful and compassionate world.
And never forget, you truly do have it all within you to make a positive difference in the world.
Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey of exploration. We'll be back next time with another deep dive into a topic that's sure to challenge and inspire. Until then, keep those karmic ripples flowing and keep shining your light.
See you next time, everyone.